Okay, hello.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you doing?
A very good afternoon to you. I'm very well. Thank you so much for asking. I'd like to ask you how you are doing as well.
I'm doing well. I'm doing wonderful today. Yeah, today is Sunday. I'm enjoying this Sunday. So far, this day has been great. Thank you for asking. So, tell me about yourself a little bit. How are you doing? How have been everything?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. It's Anam, and I'm currently 13 years old, and I am currently studying in 8th class. So yeah, that's all about me. And I have worked on my English, American accents, as well as British accents. And I'm also from New Delhi. I completely forgot to mention that.
Okay, so you are from New Delhi and you told me you are in class 8,
Yep,
right?
I am. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
be moving on to ninth class soon. As you know, that session is currently over, as my exams are currently ongoing. So yeah,
Okay, exams are going. Like you are in CBSC board
yep,
or okay, you are in
CBS.
CBSC board. So since how long you have been practicing these accents? You told me you worked on British accent and you have also worked on American accent. And what kind of differences you found in these accents?
Okay, sure. First of all, I'd like to tell you that I have been practicing my English for over now 3 years because I started learning English when it was the COVID-19 when the pandemic began. We were sitting idle all day. Then my father got an idea of teaching me in English, and he told me that how you can practice and learn to speak English. Not only grammar rules, but he tried me like told me that you should try to speak because English has got this value. English is such a global language nowadays. So you should, definitely focus on your English because you can also get to know more about it, and that will currently help you even though in the future. And about accents, then I found like a significant difference between these two accents, American and British, because though sometimes I think that they are different and sometimes I feel like they are same, but the actual reason is that they're completely different. They're poles apart because the more you speak, like the pronunciation and everything, the vocabulary is completely different from what you imagine.
Wow, great. So tell me about the journey, like since when you started speaking in English.
Then, first of all, what actually happened was that, my father told me that you should practice like sentences which are basically like you can find in movies, series, shows. And I used to listen to English songs so much at that time. And, at that time, to be very honest with you, I practiced more than 10 hours a day. I never took classes, though there were, online school classes, because I never felt like attending those because I always thought they are just a waste of time. Instead, I can do something better. Like I can just practice my English and improve myself because I had got this passion that I have to learn to speak English, really, not to learn, but to speak. Because speaking is the key to, fluency, and of course, it definitely is. To all the people who are learning English, I will always tell them to practice, to do shadowing technique, to practice over and over again unless they get this English on the tip of their tongue.
So you are talking about shadowing techniques, right? Do you
Yeah.
so which is
Yeah.
your most favorite, practices that you do every day?
But basically, shadowing technique is practicing the same thing over and over again. What happens is that whenever you watch a movie or a show, then you basically hear those sentences and those clips. And of course, you need to stop the movie right there and speak, like repeat the sentence over like 50 to 100 times. And that's how you will be able to speak that sentence without any like problems. And you will be in such a flow. And then you will repeat the movie again, but without subtitles this time. And this is how it all keeps going. And also remember to use those sentences in your daily life where probably you might have get this like condition or situation where you might have to speak those sentences and try to apply those sentences in English, not in your mother tongue though. And I completely understand it can get really, really hard and tough for non-native English speakers. Of course, they might think like, how can I switch my mother tongue? But though it happens as per, time keeps passing on, they will be able to speak it.
Wow, awesome, awesome. So tell me, like, if somebody wants to learn British accent or American accent, which one they should learn? I know it is a preference, but according to you, which one you will prefer to learn? Which one you will suggest people to learn or recommend them to learn?
Well, it all depends. But to be honest, I will tell you, it depends on someone's preference, like which accent or which culture they want to, learn more about. But though at first of all, I learned American accent because I was so into American culture. And then after that, I practiced my British accent. Though currently my father's British accent, just because I like, it's kind of it's more like a flow. So yeah, but to people, it's all about them because it's their opinion. I guess I won't be able to speak on this.
Okay, great. I understand. So, what are the most favorite activities that you do in English? You told me like you listen to English songs and you
Yeah,
also repeat it, right?
yep, that's right. Yeah, I keep listening to English songs mostly all the time whenever I'm free. Even though when I'm studying, I try to listen to English songs, some music probably that can help me, meditate myself or, get my brain more into studying. That can also help people. You might have heard about it, like this technique of probably listening to music while you study. It can help a lot and it can help you maintain your focus and concentration.
Okay, so please can you explain it in a detail so people can also understand and they can use it in their own English learning journey?
Yeah, sure. Like which one? Like how? Would you like to tell me?
You told like as listening to songs and also repeating or kind of activity that you are doing, because I also experienced one thing. I used to do it. I used to listen to English song and I was trying to catch up the as the like singers, okay, but I was not totally able to do it because they speak so fast. Sometimes everything goes out of
Yeah.
our mind and we cannot catch up them. So it happens, but after all I think it is very helpful to improve the accent, improve the pronunciation and even fluency. So that's what I want you to tell, like how you practice this accent method. So can you elaborate a little bit about this method so people can understand that how you are practicing with this method?
Okay, sure. So first of all, whenever I pick the song, like probably it could be any song like Perfect, or there are lots of That's So True. Then probably you're just going to listen to the English song first of all for the first time. Try to search like English songs with lyrics. Try to search That's So True with lyrics in English, and therefore you definitely find some videos, and then you can just click on any video you like. And after that, you need to listen to the song with lyrics. At that time, you would try to listen to what the words the singer is exactly saying. And after that, the singer, after you are done with the song, then try to pause the song. Like probably just one stanza. Try to listen to it over and over again. Therefore, you might have heard like there are some words used in the song, and of course you have to pick those words. Try to cover up that thing because probably the way native English speakers speak, sometimes it can get really, really tough for non-native English speakers to catch up their accent, their way of speaking. But though it's not even that hard. So basically, practice makes a man perfect. So you need to, of course, try to listen to that thing and try to cover up it slowly. First of all, try to cover up one word, like how the singer says that one word, probably in such a flow. But then after that time, you need to keep practicing over and over again. Listen to that song. Probably lots of times. The more you listen to it, the more better you will be able to catch that flow. So
I
if
feel
you have
so.
any questions, yeah, if you have any further questions, you can definitely ask. But sometimes it can get hard really for me to explain this song technique because though song does not really help you that much the way speaking does, because speaking is the most essential part if you really want to speak English. So listening to songs and of course reading, they're just secondary options. So I would recommend to the people who are learning English, who want to learn to speak English fluently, they should keep practicing, try to speak as much as they can, because whenever you speak, then there you have this thing, like you'll be able to speak it, you'll be able to get this thing on your tongue, so that whenever you have to use it, you'll be able to.
Yeah, like like I think one thing is very important while we are listening to song, that we can repeat it again and again because it is song, so we listen it again and again, and that repetition helps us to understand the pronunciation and lots of other aspects of English too. So it is very helpful. Even if you are mimicking, then it is going to help you in all the directions. But even if you are just listening for the sake of listening purpose, then your brain is working because it is song, so you feel, and you feel the touch of the song, and once you feel it, then you can feel the language, because English is a language. So it's not only the articulation of the sound, but it is also feeling of the person, like they want to express with these sounds,
Yeah, yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
right.
Yeah, so
It's
which is
all
your
about
favorite song?
mindset as well. My files,
Yeah.
I cannot choose, definitely I cannot, because there are lots of songs on my list. I can never choose between them.
Okay, great. So you talked about the perfect song, it is one of the.
No, it's not my fav. It's not my fav. This song just popped up in my mind because I was thinking like, which one should I tell you? So I
It
just gave as an
Yeah,
example.
I think it is famous one. Like, yeah, still it is famous. Perfect, right?
Yeah, it is.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's why El Serene, perfect song. Okay, so who is your favorite? Singer, I think you can hear. You can tell me who is your
Yeah,
favorite
but
singer.
yeah, sure. Probably Ava Max, I guess.
Okay,
She
great.
is one of
And
the best singers for me.
favorite movie? Do you have
Well,
any
I
favorite
have,
movie?
yeah, I have watched quite a couple of movies in English, but currently my favorite is The Lost Medallion, which is quite an adventure movie because I watched this movie like probably for the second time when I was learning English, and it still is one of the best movies for me. And I would definitely recommend to all of the English learners to watch this movie because it has such variety of topics to talk about. Like they're talking about different situations.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So tell me one thing, like we are in Bihar, so we have
Yeah.
very difficult situations to speak in English. Like we don't have any sort of environment. I don't know about Delhi, so let me know about Delhi. How is situation over there? If you speak in English in groups or within your friend circle, then do they help you out or just they mock at you?
Well, about my experience then, my friends actually didn't know about that time. They didn't know that I was learning English, but my family did, and they supported me in every aspect because they told me you should do this, especially my parents and my dad. And he told me he should do like this, and he guided me in every way. And then yeah, it's all thanks to him because he's the one who taught me English basically. And about the environment, then Delhi, people speak in English, but not that much. I guess even if you talk about English schools, there will be some good English medium schools where only there at that time, like probably only in the English medium schools, they will speak English, but not all the time. I'm not sure, but even I have studied in an English medium school, though they do not speak in English all the time. But yeah, it's okay. Like I won't budge on this topic as well because yeah, but there are some people who think that people who are studying in English medium school only they can speak English. It's nothing like that. I really have to mention this because it's all about mindset. Even if you study in an Hindi medium school, it doesn't matter because you'll be able to speak. If you have got this thing that I have to speak English fluently, I have to and I can.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Medium doesn't matter. What matters that your enthusiasm, your passion, and your goal. If you know you have to do something, then let's do. If a spoken English is the same thing, like it's individual's choice. So medium doesn't affect anything. If you want to speak in English at any point of time, you can speak in English. It doesn't age or school or medium or environment doesn't matter. And today we have lots of advantages with the technology. We are equipped with so many applications and platforms which really can help us to improve our English in very short span of time. So we cannot blame on anything right now. We can only blame on ourselves if we are not able to speak in English.
Yeah, I completely agree with your point as well because sometimes there are apps in English which can help you study English, but sometimes they are not free. But still, we cannot complain because why spend money when you can just do it for free? When you can just do practicing by yourself, by at your home without even going to taking like a tuition or coaching of English. It doesn't matter really. What matters is that you have to do it without making excuses, without procrastinating. You just keep thinking I will do this tomorrow, I will study tomorrow, and then you keep tasking this work that you can do today to tomorrow, and then nothing's gonna happen unless you stop doing this. So stop making excuses. That's all.
Tell me your favorite activities that you do in English most of the time. Listening, reading, writing. What is your favorite speaking?
Well, I don't really do so much of writing, except for school. Then, but I do read some books, and reading is one of my, five hobbies.
Okay, so reading.
Yep, reading. Definitely reading books and novels.
Okay, have you read any books or novels recently?
Yep, I have. It's India from Midnight to the Millennium by Shashi Tharoor, and there's also The Three Mistakes of My Life by Chetan Bhagat, and there are some others as well.
Wow,
So Shashi
great.
Tharoor, yeah, books are
Okay, so
kind of really tough, and yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, you took the name of Sasi Tharoor. His vocabulary and English is very good, right? So, do you have any inspiration from him, or just you are sick of his books you are reading him?
Well, Shashi Tharoor, he's not just good, but he's such an outstanding, and I cannot even compare myself to him because
Yeah, he
he
is
knows
not good.
so
I mean,
much.
excellent. He is one of the
Yeah,
greatest speakers of all the
yeah.
time in India right now.
His vocabulary is just so
Yeah,
flawless,
vocab.
like even so much. That's why I thought that probably if I read his books, I will, get some knowledge, and of course not only knowledge, but also some words. That's why I, purchased that book. I told my father to do it.
Any questions for me?
Yep, sure. If you'd like to tell me about your journey.
Okay, you are asking about my journey. If let me summarize it in a short, like I had started speaking English in 2020, and since 2020, I have been practicing English. I have been talking with people around the world, and I also started my YouTube channel in 2020 itself during lockdown. So, like, it has been 5 years now. So I have been continuously working on it off and on. Sometimes even I had lots of other work, so I couldn't deliver time to speak in English. But still, I have been doing it. So my journey is simple. Like, when I started, since then I kept going on. I kept working on my English, and that's what I have did so far. And I'm thinking of doing it for a long time. I'm also trainer. I'm teaching students nowadays how to communicate in English. So I'm I'm dedicating my time to English. But still, I think I want to grow a lot in this English field, and I want to improve my English. So I'm working on it. To be honest, I don't have that much time, but still, every single day, whatever little time I have, I'm trying to improve myself. So my journey is simple. Like, there had been ups and downs because English learning journey is not simple. Sometimes we get frustrated at looking the good speakers or some other speakers, right? Because we feel like we are not improving, and that same happened with me. Sometimes it looks like, okay, I have not improved. I'm not doing well. Then I have my YouTube channel, so I go and watch my videos and I motivate myself because I feel a great improvement over the time. So sometimes improvement is happening, but we cannot measure it at the time it is happening. It takes time to understand that we have improved. So that's what I want to tell also the viewers, that please be patient, be calm and cool in this journey, because it is long term journey. Yes, somebody can do it in very short span of time, but everybody cannot do it. Most of the people takes time to improve their English.
Yeah, well, that's so nice to hear from you. And you already mentioned that, you don't get enough time, but actually that's the mindset. That's the positive mindset that you have kept and, built. Like, though I only get probably 10 to 15 minutes and I will dedicate it to English. I will only study and practice my English. And that is exactly how it needs to happen instead of being frustrated. And, even though I got frustrated at one time, it all happens, but though you don't need to lose hope, you need to keep doing it because consistency is important, very crucial.
Yeah, consistency matters a lot. So always be consistent. You told rightly, if you are able to deliver just 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or an hour, it's enough, right? But you have to be consistent. It's not like someday you are doing overwork, like someday you are, trying to improve your English, and you did overwork, like you practiced for 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, but another day you are sleeping. It should be not like this. It should be an hour, then an hour every single day, 15 minutes, then 50 minutes, and every single day. So that's how you can improve it.
Yeah, that's completely right. We're on the same page at this time because even though sometimes there are some people who think that, I will just, cram grammar rules and I'll be able to speak English, but that's not how it works. Because I'm talking about grammar because, it also is an important thing to mention because grammar, it actually is important. But once you can speak English fluently, after that, even though I did not learn grammar at first, like probably when I was learning English, but after some time when I got to upper intermediate level, I realized that I had made so much mistakes whenever I'm speaking English. Though even though I currently make mistakes, but I'm okay with that because mistakes are part of human, part of like probably journey of your learning of any language, not only English. Because whenever you learn any language, you will definitely make mistakes, and it's okay, completely fine with that.
Yeah, it happens. Like, in the learning journey, mistakes is simple thing. Everybody makes mistakes, so we do not need to care about mistakes. And sometimes, if you are alive, then mistakes is the part of it, right? Always we do mistakes in our home. We do mistakes all aspects of life, then why not at learning English? If you are making mistakes, it's okay. And that mistakes also represent one thing, that we are growing up. Yeah, mistakes is the symbol of
Yeah,
growing up.
that's
If
right.
somebody is not practicing, not learning, then how can they make mistake? And if they are not making mistake, they are not growing up. So always remember one thing, that making mistake is the symbol of growing up. You are, you know, advancing on your path, and that's what one should take there.
Yeah, that's completely right. Because mistakes are okay, even though when I run my YouTube channel, I have made quite a lot of mistakes in my past videos. And though there were some people telling me like, you should use this rule. I'm not talking about this like probably a year ago. Yeah, because I was so young at that time. I didn't probably know much about that, probably. So then what actually happened, I was like, I did not get demotivated, frustrated. Like, why are they correcting me? I was always like, okay, so okay. Even though they are part of my journey, they will also help me. My subscribers will always help me to do something better. And of course, they will always correct me. Then it's okay. I'm okay with my mistakes. Now, even though I would say that completely, I really don't have anything more to add. But yeah, I would add that it's okay. Just don't worry, relax, chill, because yeah, it's all part of your life and of course your journey.
Great. So tell me about your YouTube journey a little bit. Like, since when have you started YouTube, and how is it going?
Well, if you talk about my YouTube channel, then it's nothing much, really, nothing special on my YouTube channel where I
No,
teach English and accents. But
if
then
you're
how
doing
I started,
something, then it is always a special. Don't think like that, okay? If you are doing something new
yeah,
and
yeah,
trying to do that, it is always a special.
yeah,
Hmm.
I know, but I'm just telling you, like, probably I started my YouTube channel. I don't quite remember, but probably 2 year or 2.5 years. I don't remember the exact date. But my sister, I also have a younger sister. So we were just sitting idle, and then we remembered that we have to we have learned some basic versus advanced English sentences, and then we were just sitting on bed, and then we tried to film a video just for fun. And then little did I know that I will just post it on YouTube, and after it got so many views, and then I started my teaching journey. That's how it all happened. Now I currently teach spoken English, American accent, as well as British accent on my channel.
Okay, so it was sudden thought, like you made a video, you
Yeah.
uploaded it, and it got lots of views, and since then you have started doing it.
Yeah, we did not even realize of what we are doing at that time, but now we know that we have to run a channel because we can help people. Then we are just teaching them for free, and they can also get knowledge for free. Then what exactly is a problem? When even I don't have any problems while filming videos because it's just a part of my everyday life, and yeah, it's you can just call it as a hobby.
Wow. So tell me how different it is speaking English from reading and writing English.
But it's so much different because probably when you speak English you try to communicate with people more and more, and therefore you will speak English. But whereas if you read, that's okay, reading is okay, writing is okay, but therefore you would have to think in English, and writing is also important. Though whenever you have to write a letter, then you will not write it so informally like I want to do this, I want to do that. You have to write it formally in a formal way, so you need to know grammar for that, then learn grammar for it in a separate way. So there are these two separate things. Like probably English is on the other hand, and therefore these three things are on the other hand. So you need to make sure that the balance is equal. Therefore, you need to first focus on your English, probably speaking part, and then focus on these things later. After you can speak English, probably even at an intermediate level, then it's okay.
Wow. Awesome. So what kind of message you want to send out to the English learners?
To the English learners, I would only tell them keep practicing, don't stop because consistency matters and it's the only key to your fluency. And communication is also one of the most important things. So probably try to speak as much as you can. And also there's one thing that you can try to film yourself. Probably when you're still, let's say you're just gonna pick a topic like. Let's just talk about our journey. I'm just gonna tell you about my journey, and then I film the video. And after that, probably quite a little month, so probably let's say 3 to 4 months later, I'm just gonna repeat that video and see about my mistakes, and then I'm gonna realize that I made this mistake here. But it's okay. But now I'm just gonna film this video once again and see how much progress I have made. And this is how you can get to know about the progress you have done till now, till probably in these 2 to 3 months. And
Lots
yeah,
of
to
people,
all of please go ahead.
yeah, yeah, please. Yeah, lots of people use lots of filler words. in between their sentences. So sometimes people want to get rid of it. Do you have any experience with it? You can help out them. Can you suggest some method to them?
Even though I use fillers in my English, but sometimes it gets too much.
It's
But
natural, like if
yeah,
sometimes naturally we use fillers, but sometimes it happening because of the lack of confidence or lack of vocabulary words in our mind, and that's where it creates problem, that's where it doesn't look good. But when we are naturally using, then yeah, like even native speakers use filler words, a lot often. Yeah.
yeah. Even though I might have used fillers so much throughout this video, throughout this conversation, and I'm okay with that because even though native English speakers use fillers naturally, because probably they sound more natural while speaking, and you'll be able to express more yourself with it. So probably if you're insecure with it and try to practice more and more again, like probably first of all try to, let's say, I will just say that you should keep this thing in your mind that I don't have to use this, and that time you will have face some difficulties, but after that it will get normal and you'll be able to speak probably in such an easy way, and you won't be like getting stuck at that time. And even though sometimes the lack of confidence happens due to the mocking of people, and I would say that even if someone mocks you, never get upset or never get too demotivated, because only what people can do is that they can just mock at you, they can make fun of you, laugh at you like, hey, you're doing this, you're learning English, but you can never speak English fluently. Even though there might be some people, and there are some people who have told me this thing, but though I never got discouraged, because if I got discouraged, then nothing is gonna happen.
Right. Like mocking of people shouldn't affect you because you know your goal, you know what you want to do, you know your target, and you know if you are going to learn the English in your life, then how much it is going to help. It is going to be helpful. But people who is mocking at you, he doesn't know anything about your goal, your your career or your importance. So don't care about them. If you are caring about them, it means like you are not aware of the language and importance of this language. So that's why be positive about yourself and your goals. Always positive person has been over the situations and have done something significant in this world. So always I tell learners to be positive. Don't think about people, because people are have to make some comments or some, they have to do something. They always pull legs of others. So and always keep yourself away from negative people while you are learning something new, right? Yeah. Because most of the people they do not want to learn something new. So whenever they see somebody is doing new thing, they start mocking or they start pulling their legs.
That's completely right. Even though you said that you people don't know about your goals, and they don't have to. You don't have to share them. Like you don't have to tell them I'm doing this. I'm gonna learn English. You don't have to share all of these things. First of all, keep it private, because people will definitely go and they're just gonna pull your legs, obviously. But after sometimes when they will hear you speak like in such a fluent way, they will also get shocked. Like literally, I mean, it's like how can he or she speak English in such a fluent way? And then they will start to appreciate you instead of mocking you. That's how it actually works, because this is how this world works.
Yeah, you rightly said, this is how this world works. Most of the people has been doing it since long time, and this is the way to the world. Like you have to be different, you have to be resilient on your way, and you have to always understand about your passion, goal, and like whatever you want to do in your career.
Yeah, that's completely right.
Yeah. So do you have any other questions? Otherwise, we have talked a lot. I would like to wrap
Yeah,
up this session now.
yeah, we actually have talked a lot. So yeah, I guess I don't have any further questions.
Yeah,
But
same here.
probably if I have in the future, I guess we'll be able to communicate once again. If it happens, then yeah, I
Yeah,
hope to
sure,
meet you
sure,
again.
sure. Of course, we will do. Of course, we will do.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much for having this wonderful conversation with me, and I thoroughly enjoy this conversation.
Me too, but I should be the one thanking you first of all, because thank you so much for giving me this opportunity of having a conversation with you. I really appreciate this opportunity, and yeah, have a good one as usual. Because I guess hope I really hope this thing that probably the rest of your day goes very well and enjoyable, because it's Sunday today.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure to having with you here. So, yeah, always it's my pleasure. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. Then bye. Yes.
Thank you. Bye.